Alright, welcome back to the No Call No Show podcast. You got myself, David Dave.
Casanova Chris, what's up?
And we got a special guest in the building. We got a three-way. So you custom service agent, funeral home. I don't know the title for it. Funeral home.
Well, honestly, I just record the live videos.
Okay.
For our services.
Okay, now, but that's cool too.
Yeah, so, that's like a new thing since COVID.
Oh, yeah, I ain't even think of that. And a poet.
Yes, okay. Author, writer. I'm working on the screen. I do all kinds of stuff.
Okay, so you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience.
My name is Precious Carson. I am a writer, poet. I'm working on a screenplay. I'm working on a book of short stories, a novel, all kinds of stuff.
A lot. Talk your shit. Alright, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So far as your day to day, like you said, you're a customer service agent, right? Like how is that for you?
It's pretty boring. Very redundant. I do not like it.
At all?
I'm just not a fan of staying at home all the time, you know?
Yeah.
I really don't like being at home like that, so I just would rather not do customer service ever again once I get rid of this job.
Okay. How did you find it? Like you were just like, I'm looking for work, or you just...
I was just browsing on the computer. Like, I grew up in customer service because my family owns businesses. My grandmother, she has been selling furniture since I was about 7 years old. Yeah, and we've owned a funeral home since about 71.
I wouldn't even thought of them, but hey, quite 71, but...
Yeah, so, I'm just inclined to be, in customer service, so... Yeah.
Do you think it, like, sharpen up your skills as far as, like, talking to people, or kind of just...
Yeah, for sure, because a lot of people are anxious, a lot of people have anxiety, but no, I grew up around, all of that stuff, so right. I'm not afraid. People are afraid of the bodies, the dead bodies.
Oh, I'm scared of them. I was going to ask about that. like I'm going to just jump right into it then. Okay, what about, like, you, so, in the funeral home, so y'all, of course you see dead bodies. Like, do y'all, like, it's a room with them, or it's like, that's a dead body, that's a dead body. Like, is it?
No, there is actually a room, and the crazy part about it is I've never been in there before.
I wouldn't blame
when they've been embalming, I'm not allowed to see any bodies.
Yeah, I can't. So is it like that's one? I'm sure it's one person's special job too.
Yes, that is what they call the mortician.
That's the name. I couldn't think of it. I was gonna say the mortician. Okay. That is different. I can't even think of that. Like, and y'all got the caskets too, right?
Yeah, we have some caskets in there, but people mostly order them.
Order caskets?
Yeah, we mostly have people ordering the caskets and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So they come. Okay.
Some Walmart sell caskets.
What?
Some Walmart sell caskets.
Walmart sell caskets?
Some Walmarts, not
You don't
Walmart.
get them from Walmart.
I'm just saying some Walmarts.
I didn't know that. Jesus.
I didn't know that either, though.
Yeah,
Walmart trying to get all the money.
all the money.
There's another thing I want to ask about funeral, because I ain't know the funeral home thing. It's literally hit me. So like, what you want to know, Chris? I know some stuff. I know I got a lot I be wanting to ask about.
Man, like, I guess my thing is, how is it now with with COVID and the restrictions and stuff? Like, is it?
Well, honestly, it has changed drastically because most of the time we're outside. We don't do services inside.
Yeah, I just went to one. It was hot.
Yeah.
Dressed up.
Yeah, we don't do service. That's really that's the biggest change that they have, is that we can't have services indoors at all. Because people can't be close to each other, of course,
And then, funerals, especially black people, where it be mingling going on.
They talk.
Hugging, you know what I'm saying?
They talk for a long time, too, like, oh my God.
I bet that's one thing that, like, I was going to ask, too. Like, once you get used to funerals, is it, like, all of them formatted the same, or you got your long ones, you got your fast ones, you got the ones that gonna fall out, everybody gonna fall out, like. Yeah,
it just depends on the person, and I think you have those services where they have the people that they got the organ going da 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 da, and then
feel like church. You're like, okay.
Those are usually the ones that you're gonna be there at least 3 to 5 hours.
Jesus. You been there waiting like, alright, you gone, alright.
You gotta remain poised. You gotta remain poised. You gotta keep a straight face and you know just continue on. But those are the ones that usually last the longest amount of time.
I got you. My favorite, I ain't got no favorite part of a funeral because I don't like going to funerals. But my favorite part is food. That yellow rice, that chicken, string beans, and what else? That pound cake.
Boy, and that yellow cake that come in that wax paper.
Boy, don't talk about it. And your grandma, go ahead, get 2 of them. Thank you, grandma. Please.
I am so tired of that food.
I love it. I love it. They get
can't go wrong.
Baked to fried, baby. I get both.
Hey,
Go make it live. Go make it live. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so tired of that food. I've been eating that food since I was a little girl. I'm so sick of the funeral home plates.
You don't even have like your favorite item on the plate? Like the one you like, if I gotta eat it, I get this.
Well, see, sometimes they will grill the chicken. Like they put chicken on the grill, they get a caterer or something. Yeah. And that, I love that.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. I like that big pan, that big pan. I love it.
It got to be that yellow cake for me, bro. That yellow cake.
I like yellow rice. Yellow rice and gravy. Yellow rice and gravy had me going crazy. But pretty much. You got any more questions about the funeral?
Nah, man, that's dope. You know, I ain't never been, spoken to someone about that.
Me neither. I ain't even know that. I thought
y'all didn't even want to ask about the cremation. Usually people want to know, like, do y'all burn people up?
I was gonna ask that.
But do y'all creep?
No, no.
I got my stomach is like it's not weak, but I'll be like All right, go ahead.
This is something that a lot of people don't know. You don't cremate. Usually, you don't cremate at a funeral home.
Oh, you send them off.
You send them somewhere to get.
And then they come back.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is. So they leave, and then
send them to a crematory.
They come back a little base.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
yeah, but see, I ain't gonna lie. Like I have family members who cremated. It's I'm not sure if it's the right terminology, but if they don't have a lot of funds, that's the cheapest route. What people say, you cremate them. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I have family members who they be like, man, just cremate me and save y'all money, and I be like, man, I thought it would be the same, but it's like, nah, it's way cheap. Cause you don't gotta buy the casket. Mm-hmm. It's a service, but it ain't no, you know what I'm saying, like. Oh, shindig,
somebody cry behind me, falling in my casket behind me.
Right.
No, you can't do that.
Cremation is kind of like a more modern thing, because they used to mummify people.
Wrap them up.
they would mummify people, and that was like a process. So this is kind of like a modern embalming is a modernized process. So of mummification.
That makes so much sense.
That's dope. That's dope.
So embalming, like, that's just because the body deteriorates in the ground. Embalming just kind of keep it ready for the presentation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, because I was thinking like they put them in the ground, like they doing all that, but the bones when you go get them, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you drain them completely of all the blood and everything like that. You embalm.
What about the organs? Never mind. I don't like, man. Listen.
I want to know what happens with the organs. Like, what happens?
Okay, so eventually the body is gonna deteriorate in the ground, So when you embalm, it just helps to preserve the body for those number of days that you're gonna be out and gonna be viewed and all of that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's just kind of
the organs are fine; they're preserved for the moment. Once you go under, it's a wrap.
Yeah, they on their way out. Okay, I got you. I got an interesting fact about the funeral home. My aunt, she does hair. She used to make money doing the dead people hair, like before the funeral. She was like, I like it because they don't move. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God, bro, Vita. She said she was like, you can do their hair because it's like doing not a dummy, but they not gonna jump, they not gonna flinch. It's that. But she did have experience where the body had like one last flinch in it.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know you doing the hair and go like that. Like, oh, wait a minute, I don't think he dead.
Because the nervous system a lot of times is not completely dead.
Okay, it's like that.
Person is dead.
Okay.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, hell no. That was my last.
No, they go out.
Yeah, sometimes you'll catch them moving, they'll flinch or something like that. It happens. It is. It's very normal.
Hell no.
Okay, I'll be scared.
Yes, bodies are very strong.
Okay. Oh.
Very, very strong.
That's a whole different ball. Alright, so we're going to jump into you said poetry, screenplay, author. You know what I'm saying?
All kinds of stuff.
So let me just start it off. What made you get into that lane?
Okay, so I started writing when I was about 10 years old. And I got a journal, and I started writing at my house a lot because I didn't have any outlets. You know, I had moved away from home, and I really wasn't going out a lot with my friends from my old neighborhood. So the new neighborhood I had moved to was not really, it didn't have a lot, it wasn't a lot of kids there.
Okay.
So I got a journal, started expressing myself, and when you're a kid, you listen to music and stuff,
right.
fantasize a lot.
Yeah, that's what I used to do.
Yeah, you be in like the fantasy world. So I started like writing these stories in my journal, and I got it. And then I went and got another journal where I started writing poems, and I was like, okay, I actually kind of like this.
Boy. Okay. This is crazy. The reason I was so intrigued and interested in it is I love writing. I really do. Like ask everybody, I hate math. Only subject I would enjoy was English. When they put when you come back from the summer, they got a topic on the board. I'm like, oh, I'm about to have fun. It'd be like 3 pages. She's like, we only need 1 page, man. I'm like, three
but I need those 3.
Yeah, I need 1 page. And then somebody over there struggling, man, you don't pay paragraph number 2. You struggle, like, you know what I'm saying? And she telling me, James, we don't need no more. Like, man, if I could do this in math, I'd be great. But I can't do that in math. So.
I hate math.
He got an interesting thing. So he write motivational books.
I get
it ain't done yet.
It ain't like motivational.
Man,
like,
you gotta read it.
It's okay. It's like
he got laws. It's crazy, man.
Like, it's all comes to like discipline, like disciplining yourself, your mind, and the stuff that helped me along the way.
Help me. That's why I listen. I call it it's like a Bible to me.
Yeah. See, when you said laws, I thought about the 48 laws of power.
It's
kind of like it's inspired by that. I read it.
It's real.
You know that book is actually a little dangerous.
I got it right there.
That book is really good.
I love it.
It will alter your entire way of thinking. Like I remember after I read that book, everything I would
control everything.
Yeah, after everything I would do, I'd be like, okay,
strategy.
I need to think about this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Do I need to play like this?
You think that one, The Art of War, is actually crazy.
I ain't never finished. I started the first
crazy
2 chapters and I ain't never finished.
That's
the one. I think what's the name? Tupac said in the song. He's like, gotta read this, but it's all strategy. Like,
that's all it is.
And you're right, because you go from like thinking to like
it's like that's your way of way of life almost.
And then you tell somebody like, why you trying to control me? It's like, I ain't. If you read this book, it kind of works. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of works with people.
It does. It really. That book is a little dangerous to me too. I don't know why.
It's one of my favorites. So I ain't know
it's very influential.
Yeah. Now they got the 50th law. 50
cent is fear.
Yeah.
Fear.
Big thing. So what screenplay like? How is that? Is it different from writing stories?
Okay, it is a lot different from writing the stories because you have to go into development. You go into like the inner workings of the main character's mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about what contributed to making that person who they are. It just depends on what you're writing. Right now, what I'm writing is a movie about an assassin. A girl whose parents got killed, and it sounds like Colombiana, but it's not anything like that. It's gonna be like kind of showing her and how her family life contributed to her becoming a killer.
Okay. So you're right. It do sound like, but it ain't. I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you go into the inner workings, like how did her family life contribute to it? Like, what made her feel like she wanted, like she was what made her feel like she really wanted to do this? Right. Like, just go back and play it. Yeah. Was she weak? Was she too weak? Right. Or and it made her feel like she was she was stronger. Mm-hmm. Those are things that I look at. So the development is really the only thing that sounds fun. Cause I like that sounds fun. I'll be going crazy. They be like, man, why you listen, I stayed up for like 2 days. This is great. This is I can sit there and write for hours on hours on hours. Yeah. It just starts flowing. I love it.
Did any my bad, I cut you off. Any director inspired you? Because for me, Quentin Tarantino is always my favorite.
Kill Bill is my favorite movie ever.
Pound it up. Thank you.
I watch it. I ain't like, bro. I had like, what's that one? The Crazy Eight or something. Hatefully.
Bro, I love all Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my god.
They be too gory, man. I don't like blood.
It ain't about the gore. That's a
too gory. It be neck,
bro. Okay, you know what that is? That's I forgot the word for it, but you know when the superhero lands, how that's stereotypical. That's in every superhero movie.
Yeah.
That's what's
that's something keep going. Then they said he got his own universe and all that.
All his movies connected. Look it up on YouTube. If you don't know.
They are, and he was my main inspiration for wanting to write that movie in particular, because that movie really inspired me. Again, when I was about 10 years old, I watched that movie. I was like, I love her. I love Beatrix Kiddo. I just love Beatrix Kiddo. I want to be Beatrix Kiddo.
I love Pulp Fiction. That was mine.
I saw that movie late. I saw it when I was older. I ain't saw it when it first came out.
It is. That movie, all those movies are amazing. I
got a question as far as like writing. Like, do you think as far as black writers, like, I like Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings and all that. Like, we don't have a series. Not a series. Would you call that a series? Yeah. Like a set of books. We don't have nothing that's like fictional, like that goes that deep to me. We don't have nothing. At least it's not mainstream.
Like Twilight.
Twilight, yeah. Like I've been waiting on like a black one, like one that we connect to. Cause Harry Potter, everybody connect to it. It's a little white boy. Like we can't really put our spin on that. But like I'll be waiting for somebody to come out with like we got how Harry Potter did. Like it came out with the series, then they sold the merchandise. Harry Potter like worth $1 billion or something.
Oh, yeah. It is, and you know we were actually somebody sent me what is her name? J.K.
Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Somebody sent me an article honestly, like telling they were trying to inspire me to keep moving forward with my writing, because she was on welfare when she wrote that book, and she considered herself to be a failure. But that book is like
the book's better than the movie.
I heard that.
That is amazing, right? When I was like, I think I was 11, 12 when it came out. I was telling him in one episode, I was like, bro, you just snatch them books up, reading like 2-3 days. They be like, you finished, but this is good. Like if you just keep reading.
And that's how I was with Twilight.
See, I caught Twilight in college, matter of fact. I caught Twilight in college, and I got intrigued for like, it was like a whole summer. I was just going crazy. I love watching it over and over and over, especially with a date. It was nice. It was nice, but like, the only one I really grasped towards it was Harry Potter, and I had like Game of Thrones. I don't know if Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is another one.
I had like Lord of the Rings. They was doing too much for me.
Lord of the Rings I thought it was kind of like a little too much.
Yeah.
Until I watched it, it was actually
you can't miss
really
nothing.
good.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty good, especially when you see how that man morphs.
I only watched the first.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Because if you miss something in Lord of the Rings, to me, you kind of. So what we're about to do here now is we're going to talk about the vast majority of the conversation that we was trying to get to about the poetry, the screenplay, the writing. She got a dope product she's going to announce right now.
Alright, so this is my new book. It's called Mind, Body, Soul, a book of poetry. And it is available on Amazon now. Y'all please check me out.
Okay, so just to ask this for the audience, you said you started writing this when you was 21.
I did. Actually, only 3 poems in here from when I was 21.
Okay.
The rest I've written in like a month and a half.
Okay. So was it like a time in your life you just felt like writing, or you just kind of?
Well, it was kind of like a healing process for me.
Gotcha.
It was total healing.
Okay.
So I just wrote all my feelings down and I decided to compile them, and I came up with this.
Okay, that's pretty neat. So for the audience out there, one more time, like what I like to give on this show is to ask people like what's something they can do to get in that mode that you in, like writing, screenplay.
Right.
Because they might be going through something, they just can't put it on paper, or they don't know how to put it on paper.
So the main thing you have to do is to be as authentic as possible.
Yeah.
You want to be very genuine, you want to be raw, and you want to be real.
Right.
And another thing for me was that, I always took it as a hobby. I would do some things, then just throw it to the side. But what you really have to do is like commit. If you really are serious about your art, your craft, commit to it. And don't get discouraged about who supports you and who doesn't. Like what's for you will be for you. It's gonna be for you regardless.
Amen. Talking about that.
Yeah, it's gonna be for you regardless. So you keep on going and you don't let anything stop you.
Right. So just to conclude, for the audience members out there, you heard what she said. You want to be a screenplay writer, poet, whatever you want to do. don't stop. And like she said, if you got those feelings, put it on paper. Well, you put it on your phone. You said you put it on your phone.
Mm-hmm. I
your
type it on my phone.
Y'all text all day anyway. Gonna put something down somebody can do. I'm gonna let you know, you go ahead and do your thing.
Alright, call our fan. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell so you be notified when a new episode will drop. You know, her book will be linked in the description below. Y'all make sure y'all support that. We appreciate her for coming. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And leave the review. Don't do that. Don't not do that. Leave the review. I know y'all be on your phone anyway. Go ahead and do that. Because she gave me that one. And like I said, I put a bookmark in the first like 30 seconds of it. I got like 3-4 bookmarks in. So like and subscribe. That's pretty much it. Nice, simple, and sweet like that. Thanks again.
Thank y'all so much.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even though we had a little